Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're gonna take a look at a Pokemon that is very spicy. You wouldn't believe it, but Lanturn is actually quite spicy nowadays. I have not seen a Lanturn in ages, literally. But this Pokemon still has Water Gun, it has Surf, which got nerfed, but it is still here. And today we're gonna take a look at how good this Pokemon can be in a meta with a Mud Slapper, with the Superior. And yeah, today we're gonna take a look at this one. And as you can read the title, I went actually 5-0 with this Pokemon, which is kinda hilarious because no one is playing it. Absolutely not a single person. I cannot even remember seeing a Lanturn for the last time. I have no idea. Nobody's playing that. But we're going to have an interesting team here and a team that has some ideas behind it. We have a lead, there's a Flyer to deal with the Mud Slappers. We have a Saisop of Lanturn having Water Gun to deal with Mud Slappers. Then we have a Pokemon in the back with the Stunfisk, which doesn't want to deal with Mud Slappers. And so with this, there's an idea behind this team. There is a Lanturn as our Saisop here. There is the Mud Slapper against us. This is actually also against Taffystar, a fellow YouTuber, so shorts to her as well. Here we're going to take a look at the matchup of Marowak and the Lanturn. This is early on while I started playing the team. This is like the first set that I did, and yeah, I was hoping that Water Gun would be able to get the KO here. Turns out, no. Literally. We're gonna see it here. I show went for the Surf, but I thought, I have to try to go for the full farm down. Didn't work out. Did not work out at all. And with this, we're going to have not the alignment. We have a bit of an issue there. Maybe Show went for the Surf instead, so I could have kept at least switch alignment there, or like switch advantage, or got the shield. I don't know. Definitely, no matter what it was, the would have been better than just going down there. But again, I was hoping, I was praying we see the Corsola in the back, which would have been great for the Mandibuzz, even though it's actually not even that great because they have super effective coverage against us. It's kind of hurtful as well to get power jumped by this Pokemon. But anyway, it is definitely not ideal that this matchup plays out like this, that we lose against the Marowak. And at this point, I kind of would like to see if there's maybe even a breakpoint against the Marowak that would allow us to farm them down. But here we're sadly going to lose. We see also on how much actually Power Gem does, quite a bit more than I expected. As you're gonna see here, we sadly not gonna be able to win this battle. Like, there's no way I can win this battle. But apparently, we should have been able to win this in a two-shot scenario against the Marowak. I think just because we got a little bit of prior damage, we were not able to do that. Or maybe because the opponent had like a breakpoint against me. It really depends on the IV spread of even the Marowak. Marowak can also have some breakpoints. So it's actually a very, very close matchup. And actually, I should have been able to fully farm them down there. But it is what it is. We're going to see a next opponent. We're going to have the Dragonclaw variant of Guzzlord against us. I kinda need to keep my lead. Because what do I do if they're going to have a Grass type in the back? Not so much, I would say, but we will see a Dewgong coming in here, and that's actually kinda okay, because what we can do is, we can swap out into our Stunfisk. We're going to have here some super effective damage. We're going to have the Discharge coming through. We're going to have a very solid matchup here, generally speaking, but we have to use a shield here most likely. It is going to be a bit of an awkward one, because what we're going to see here as well is we're going to have another Mud Bomb coming through or against the opponent. If they want to use a shield, then how am I going to play this one out? They're going to decide to use a shield, and I decide to use another shield, trying to go for the full farm down. But then again, I'm going to be in a bit of a difficult spot, because we have to kind of go for the full farm down here, something later on. But you're going to see the swap out now into the Guzzlord, which you can go for the full farm down as well. So that is going to be fine. We'll see here that the opponent is gonna go down from the full fast move down, and we will see as well that the next opponent is, like, the opponent gonna bring in here that Dewgong again. We're gonna go for the full farm down as well again, and with this we're gonna have in the back here the Toxapex, which we can hit for super effective damage with the Thunderbolt, and as we will see, two of them are going to be enough actually to get the KO against the opponent. And with this, we're gonna be in such a great position that, of course, we win the battle. So yeah, of course, if this is the last Pokemon we got a KO, surprisingly, we win the battle. So, I have no idea what I want to do against Clodsire. Clodsire, yeah, I don't know. Like, this is the thing. Clodsire is going to be a Pokemon where we have a neutral matchup in the lead, we have a neutral matchup with our Saisop, and we have a neutral matchup with the Pokemon that we have in the back, but all of them are not great. Stone Edge, which they don't have here, would have been horrible for Elite. Earthquake is going to be horrible for Sazop. Earthquake is going to be horrible for the last Pokemon in our team there as well. So, yeah, I don't know really. I'm going to go for a Surfing against the opponent, but let's see here. We're going to go for the full farm down, hopefully now against them. They're going to very likely go and try to go for another Earthquake. So, yeah, Sludge Bomb coming through. We're gonna try our best to go for the full farm down. We're gonna get the KO, and let's see what is coming in next. It is going to be no one. Okay, thank you. Anyway, next opponent, we're going to have Drifblim against us. Cause they didn't really try to get a shield advantage. Should have maybe done that actually. Would have been actually kind of smart. Anyway, we still have 2 electric type Pokemon in the back, and so I'm not too worried about this. And look who we got out here. We're gonna get out the Annihilate from the opponent, where 2 serves gonna be enough. 1 serve, not gonna be enough. Can I take a hit? Please, can I take a hit? Lantern, come on, you're bulky. Like, you've been dominating metas for ages, and why do I go not for the Thunderbolt here? Panicked. I just panicked a little bit. Should have went for the Thunderbolt, would have done more damage. But maybe it's a blessing in disguise if I can go for the full farm down against the opponent here. It's going to be another Rage Fist, that's fine. And they are gonna get to another one that is not so fine. But maybe it's just another Rage Fist. And so, let's see what we can do here against the opponent. What do they have in the back? It is going to be Azumarill. Azumarill is going to be a bit of an awkward one. But we have here 2 Pokemon that are weak to the electric typing. And honestly, watching back this battle, I feel like I just misplayed completely. Like, if I stayed in the lead, would have went for Dark Pulse, would have been able to get a shield from the opponent, would have had a great choice. Because then our lead that is weak to the Azumarill later on as well would have been at least used a little bit. You would have got a shield advantage for us. I would have not shielded an Ice Event. But now we're going to be in a position where we are debuffed on our Stunfisk. We're going to be forced to go for a Discharge here. I'm hoping that I can catch a move. If they're going to go straight, they're going to be able to win this one. They're going to go straight and they're going to be able to win this one. And with this, there's nothing I can do anymore. And sure, like, you would play always different if you know the entire team. But I definitely should have stayed in the lead and just should have went for a charge move and then subbed out afterwards. Anyway, Bastiodon. That is a bit of an awkward one, because I need to use my last Pokemon for that one. I just really need to use my Stunfisk, but anyway, we're going to have the matchup here of our Lantern against the opponent's Annihilate, and as we'll see, the opponent decides to use a shield. And that's okay, because I can go for another Surf as well, and I want to use a shield here just to get the KO against the opponent, or the final shield. I'm happy with either. I would actually, of course, rather have the KO though, and as we'll see, we're gonna get the shield, which is not ideal, but we're at least still going to have alignment here. They swap out into the Wigglytuff stuff and I make a ginormous mistake. That is so silly by me. And I knew immediately that I am throwing away the game right now. I just needed to stay in with my Mandibuzz. Go for Aerial Ace. Wait until I go ahead and go for the Icy Wind. Why? Why do I decide to give up my Stunfisk here? It just doesn't make sense. Like, why? I know, the lead matchup, the weak to Charm, everything fine. We have Air Slash, we have Aerial Ace. We are gonna be able to just do some neutral damage there. We had energy stored already. We're gonna force them to go for a charge move because they don't know what they had in the back yet. Now they know. And now even they're gonna be able to survive this with the Annihilate because guess what? I was debuffed. And so yeah, they're gonna still survive that. It is so silly because it would have been a guarantee to win. You need like 2 Mud Bombs in order to knock out a Bastiodon. I would have had a ton of health still left on my Pokemon. I just could have been able to maybe even farm on the Wigglytuff. I would have been able to knock out the Annihilate in 1 Mud Bomb if I would have not been debuffed. Stupid. Like literally me being completely stupid here. Like I should have played this better. Then again, I'm going to be able to go for a 5-0 later with this team. But again, you see like a lot of potential for the team. This team is actually really good. Lantern is actually also really good as a Sazop here for the current meta because there are a lot of Pokemon that just get baited in. And it's also, of course, always kind of nice to see a Corsola against a Dark-type. In comes Corviknight, and guess what? We have the Stunfisk. Both our Pokemon in the back are going to be weak to the fast move of the opponent, but as we will see here already as well, based on the fast move damage, it just doesn't really matter. Like, literally, it just doesn't not really matter. Sand Attack is just not really doing any damage. And so, we're going to be in a position here now where we're going to be able to go ahead and try to get some extra energy. But the opponent makes it actually a little bit easier for us. Why do they do this? I have no idea, but we're going to take it. Because what they do is, they decide to go ahead and use a shield against a Mud Bomb. For whatever reason. I don't know, but we're gonna ask them. We're gonna be able to get the KO here as well, and so now instead of just being yeah, into the Corsair, would have been able to get a little bit more farm against us as well. And not being shields down, they're now shields down with the Corsair, which is great, because now we can align our Dark type again, and in the back is going to be Dewgong. Shields down, like one shield down for us is going to be very important, because we have to land in Thunderbolt. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get rid of this Dewgong whatsoever. And so Thunderbolt is coming through here, and going to allow us to connect here, get the shield from the opponent, and I will call the bait here now. I'm not going to use a shield. I am going to call the bait. It is the bait, and with this, we're going to be able to connect another Thunderbolt, and it's not going to be enough to knock them out because, yeah, debuff, the opponent bulky, I'm bulky, I'm not doing a lot of damage. But they're going to swap out into the Corsair, and this is game. Like, there's nothing they can do. Like, we just completely played this one perfectly after misplaying the one before a little bit, I would say. And so, now we're going to take a look here now at the opponent going for a power gem. That is great. Good job there. We will see them trying to go for another move. That is great. Good job there. Nothing can happen here. Like, this is literally game over. Like, there's nothing the opponent can do in order to win this battle. This game has been over for quite a long time at this point. Good job, Dewgong. Like, nothing that he can do. We can move on to the next opponent. Great lead. We're going to have again another Corsair against our Mandibuzz. We don't have Snarl, which is a bit unfortunate, but Air Slash is kind of nice for this team as well, because it's going to be better against the Grass type Pokemon that you otherwise would struggling a little bit. Of course, Mandibuzz, generally speaking, is good against Grass types, but I'd rather be hard answers to Grass type here if both of my Pokemon in the back just literally cannot touch them. So, yeah, that's why Mandibuzz is so important for this team as well, because Grass types are quite an issue for especially the Lantern, but also for the other one, to be fair. But a lot of times Grass types are either flying or part poison, and this helps out quite a bit. So, guess what? I would have been really happy if I would have been able to go for Mud Bomb on my Stunfisk against the opponent's Drapion, but of course we're gonna swap out at the exact same time, which makes it all really, really awkward, because now I can go for a Surf, they can use a shield, and what am I gonna do next? The opponent is going to outspeed me anyway. They have like 20 million energy at this point. Great, we use a shield. Crunch. Crunch is coming through, that's fine, we're gonna go for Surf. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, we're gonna swap out, we're gonna see this swap out into the Talonflame. Now we have to hope that Stunfisk somehow can win the entire battle. Do you believe in Stunfisk? You have to get 3 KOs, you know, with the Stunfisk. I'm not too sure about that one, but let's see. We're gonna use a no shield, actually. It's gonna be a Flame Charge. I guess good to have a no shield, because I would assume that they're gonna have another Flame Charge exactly at this point. So if they don't, they do survive the discharge here, they're gonna be able to go for another one, and so definitely the correct decision, as now this would have done way more damage, and in comes the Drapion, and in comes the catch against the opponent with a Mandibuzz, and they go for a 0 bubble Awkward Tail to do exactly no damage. And so we can go for the full farm down here as well. It's all down to Stunfisk. Can we still win this one? It is gonna be incoming the Corsair with a 1 HP. I could have farmed it all the way down, but we can also go for the discharge, because it does not matter. Our Stunfisk is going to be able to win us this battle, and we can move on to the next opponent. Mandibuzz against Drapion, very solid matchup. They swap out into the Feraligatr, I swap out into the wrong Pokemon, but still win the matchup. Superior in the lead, that's going to be great. In comes the Typhlosion, in comes our Lantern, in comes damage, quite a lot of damage honestly from the fast move from the opponent. 3 fast moves in already, they go for the Thunder Punch. Yeah, I can take another one. I don't care too much about it, we know there's a Superior in the lead. I don't care about my Lantern anymore. And so, the opponent is going to go for another Thunder Punch, loses alignment, loses the matchup, and they decide to forfeit immediately. Next battle, and you see already on how fast we are getting to this 5-hour at the end. Yeah, this is going to be, of course, a bit more of a difficult battle. We're going to have a lead here of Annihilape, which is very solid for us. Dewgong is a bit of a tricky Pokemon for us to deal with. Like, we have answers for Water-type Pokemon. With this team, Water and Ice is just a bit more tricky, because yeah, you're still going to have here, of course, Thunder Shock and Discharge, which is totally okay, doing super effective damage. The issue is just of Stunfisk, of course, that the secondary typing is kind of awkward against both Water as well as Ice. So yeah, they're gonna go for the Icy Wind now, but I can go for the full farm down against the opponent, leaving this matchup now with a sheer disadvantage, but a little bit of energy, which we can use against the Annihilape. Discharge does, I think, 5 more damage compared to the Mud Bomb, and as I only get to 1 move, I decided, of course, to go for that one. But in the back, it's going to be Bastion. I wanted to swap it earlier, but it just didn't really want to let me, so like I went for like 1 or 2 extra fast moves, which I just didn't want to. But we still have now the Lantern aligned against the Bastion, which is the only thing that really matters, because we need to kind of keep that alignment here. We have a Rock type now against our Water type, but look at how little damage we actually do here with the Lantern. Bastion is just too bulky, but we can go for another Surf against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get the final shield from them. They swap out, we kinda are in a position where we basically won already. Like, there is basically nothing the opponent can do. Like, I don't think there is, but I'm not too sure. Maybe, I don't know. Like, depends on what damage can they do here. Ace Punch, not too worrisome. They can go for the full farm on here with Bastion then, but not before I can do a lot of damage. And then again, if they are going to get up to 100 energy on their Pokemon, like, they're gonna be in a position where they need still 2 more fast moves afterwards. And as I can still get to the Dark Bolts, which might be actually very important, we get the opponent to the very deep red health. And now it depends if 6 Water Guns are enough to knock them out. And it definitely looks like it is the case. Actually, 7 Water Guns, never mind. And yes, it's going to be enough. And so we're going to be able to go 5-0 with a Lantern in this meta. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate that you are still watching at this point. Yeah, really appreciate this one. It means a lot to me. Thanks so much. If you want to support the channel, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Check out the video on the screen right now. But yeah, this team went 5-0 for me. I could have played some more battles a little bit better, but this team definitely works out quite well. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.